completely understand. I understand the process, how it works. You are aware, I'm not sure if you are or not, but Mr. Leiderman has instigated the initiation of 14 law enforcement investigations against me. Each and every one of them have been unfounded. In addition to that, there was a national task force headed by the FBI into the allegations led by Mr. Leiderman into what he said and claims that I've been doing. That task force on April 18th of this year concluded that there was no evidence to substantiate his claims to them. He also called my local prosecutor where I was at, and they found no evidence to substantiate his accusations. The supervised release officer when I was on supervised release, investigated and met with myself and my attorneys and found that there was no reason to even violate me. When eventually he contacted my supervised release officer's supervisor, who was unaware of the situation, I was violated. They did name all of his crap in the violation. I hired an attorney. He and I and the prosecutor and the U.S. attorney and the judge and everybody went to a hearing, and I was found not guilty of all of Leiderman's accusations again, and was only found guilty of staying out one night past my curfew, which was a violation. Leiderman then goes into court down in Ventura or Santa Clara or wherever and says that I was going to prison for 10 to 20 years. The man is a liar. He is a fraud. He is a snake. And I'm frankly tired of investigative bodies all over the country having to call me and look into this crap that this man is doing. He is a public figure. He, as a public figure, deserves to be called out when he is being hypocritical. He deserves to be made a fool of, for lack of better words, if he's doing stuff like saying that he thinks it's funny that the FBI had an FBI agent had money stolen from him, but then he's crying about all these people on the internet saying mean things about him. The man is a snake. He's a worthless snake, and I am frankly tired of him. I'm not responsible for any of the crap that he has been alleging about me. He has about 300 million people who hate him. The only thing I've done is reposted public information about the man in the manner of a directory, if you will, on my site, in exactly the same format and manner that he has done on me and my entire family as well. So absolutely nothing I have done has been illegal. It has not been any way, shape, or form outside of anything that he's done himself. So I'm tired of having to talk to people like you, prosecutors, FBI agents. I don't press charges on people. I've never, even wanted to, until this man somehow figured he was going to jump in on me just to try to get some publicity and whatnot. It's ridiculous. I'm not sure if you know the extent of what's going on.
He's tried to explain it to me, and it seems like such a convoluted story. I don't have a good handle on the gist of it. I'm not even real sure how you two got tied up in the first place.
Right.
Came to know about each other, but I'd be willing to hear it from you.
Sure.
And just so you know, just right off the bat, if you have stuff from him that shows that he's been contacting you and doing stuff to you, I ultimately would like to get that, because like I said, we're not, by no means are we taking his side or backing him or representing him or anything like that.
Right.
He came to us with some materials and said, hey, this guy's, stalking, harassing, you name it. So we accepted those and we started looking into it. You know, and I've gone on your website just to see who you are and stuff. But we kind of walked up to the security office and, hey, you know, we're not even real sure here. It's kind of like, you know, there's some documents, and some of it's, you know, borderline as to whether it's a threat or not. And is it from you? Is it not from you? You know, we haven't proven that yet or anything like that. So
Exactly.
basically where we're at is we're collecting documents. And if you have stuff that you show is from him, showing that he's been kind of instigating stuff, I'd like to get that from you and just show that, hey, this is a two-way street here, or even a one-way going the other way.
Right.
And, you know, there's nothing to be done. I mean, if there's nothing going on here, trust me, we don't want to be spending another minute on it.
Right. No, I completely understand.
I know roughly, I think it was the beginning of this year, might have been last year, we started looking into it, and I do know the FBI was looking into it because they told us, hey, we've got this, we're looking into it, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
So we backed off at that point.
Exactly. And I hired a very good attorney. I met with the FBI. I gave them my computer. I gave them access to everything I had electronically. They conducted their investigation outside of my presence. Without me present, without my attorney there, they went through my computers. They returned my computers. And on April 18th, the magistrate judge in the Western District of New York signed off on the final version of the investigation, which was that there was zero evidence to substantiate any of Mr. Leiderman's or his confidence in the other people he instigated. The fact of the matter is, I had to spend a boatload of money on attorneys in 4 states now. And I'm trying just now to recuperate some of that because I just filed a $1 million lawsuit against his client, James McGivney.
Okay, yeah.
And that lawsuit, the summons got issued last week. The U.S. Marshals should be delivering the documents. It's up to the court. The court just got all the records today for the U.S. Marshals to deliver the documents. But he has created websites in the name of his opponents in the civil matters. He then has people who work for his client, James McGivney. He has these people who work for him go around making these pretend threats and stuff like that. And then he goes into court and says, oh, these were done by such and such. This is a repeated pattern. He's blamed me for conduct, and in the exact same conduct, he's blamed other people for in other courts, hoping that we wouldn't share information. Which is why I put all of my information out there so that other people who have been victimized by Jay Leiderman, by James McGivney, and the people that work for them can see the material, can know what it is, and be like, oh, this guy said the same thing about me for the exact same email or the exact same Twitter tweet or whatever. And they can, share that information, which is perfectly legal. The problem is, Leiderman has cost me so much money, so much of my resources, so much of my energy. I've lost advertisement on my website. I've lost my housing. Literally, he's harassed my family. His clients have harassed my family. And he continues now, even though he has seen the FBI report that shows that I am not responsible for the conduct he has blamed me for all of this year. He still found yet more police departments to try again.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we're the longer we're into this, the more we're starting to see and kind of get a better handle of what's going on. Do you have what kind of documentation do you have from Jay?
I got emails that he sent to my parole officer. I got emails that he sent to my family. I've got, the bar complaint I filed with the California bar back in January, before this even got crazy, when he first initiated his threat, when he made his first threat against my grandmother. I didn't even start to even think about it. I just filed the bar complaint, attached the emails, and was hoping that the bar would do something about it. He then got really upset and started retaliating against me for the bar complaint. And then he starts blaming me